Hello, welcome to episode number 2 of Sellerscast. Today we are talking about Amazon Storefront do's and don'ts. So let's do it similar to like we did last week. So same concept. So give me a do and then give me a don't.
Okay.
And then I will do the same. So you start.
Do the same.
And then don't do the same.
Okay, so one do for Storefront is to have one if you can. You have to be brand registered in order to be eligible to make your own storefront. I'm going to say a don't is to leave your URL, whatever Amazon assigns you. You have the ability to go in there and make a custom URL for your storefront. So for example, if Seller's Choice sold really cool t-shirts on Amazon, we would want our storefront to be amazon.com/Seller's Choice.
So I'm going to do definitely drive traffic to your storefront. You can't really be utilized to just what's on Amazon. Obviously, we spoke about this a lot, where you have two sellers that always have the same problem. You have the seller with a wildly differentiated product that no one can seem to find because they don't know it exists, or you have the seller with the incredibly non-differentiated product and they're just in a sea of competition that they can't seem to differentiate. So that's where the branding comes into play, so driving that traffic to your storefront. So I'm going to say do drive traffic to your storefront. I am going to say don't rely on the metrics. I'm going to say, because that custom source tag in the back end, if you don't know this exists, you can create a custom source tag, which is essentially just a custom URL in the back end where you can track traffic. However, I have definitely seen that tracking conversions, that URL tends to break, so it's not perfect. However, it does do well at tracking the actual traffic. So if you're running social ads or email marketing or anything like that directed to it, you can rely on it to do traffic. I wouldn't necessarily rely to it on conversions.
Smart, good idea. My do is going to be make separate pages if you have a big catalog. Or even if you have a small catalog, if your products are very differentiated between each other, definitely make it clear that you sell different products in different categories. A great example of this would be if you sell phone cases for different models of phones. We definitely recommend separating out by the model of phone because that's how someone's going to be shopping your storefront. So that's a really easy way to make it a lot more user-friendly. Don't would be to overcomplicate. So if your products would be better just on one page or on a couple pages, don't feel a need to make 15 different pages. You're just going to end up losing people kind of switching back and forth, and you might end up losing the sale that way.
All right, I got one. So I'm going to say do A/B test driving traffic to your website or your storefront if you have a website, which you should. So you may not convert well on your website, but you may convert better on a storefront. Obviously, we know now like consumers rather shop on Amazon most of the time. So give them the option to shop on the store on your own website. But if they're not working, you want to run a retargeting ad or something like that, retarget them, send them to the Amazon storefront and see if you can get them to purchase that way. Of course, I did mention that tracking and conversion is a bit of a pain, but there are other ways around that, whether you have, obviously a button on your own site, or if you're using the Amazon Associates account, which I've heard don't withdraw the money out of there because then that's a big red flag, but I've heard that works really well. I'm going to say don't have a ton of copy in all the modules that you set up. I've seen people that have done really great designs and beautiful home pages. I've seen people that really half-assed it and just did a decent banner and then just threw their products in there. But the ones where it's like designed and then the next banner is just like a Photoshop typed out paragraph and no one's reading that. So I definitely say steer clear from big bulk amount of content like right on the homepage.
Yeah, agreed. Storefronts are actually really similar to EBC, and that leads into my next do, so have a call to action of some kind. The main difference between your EBC and your storefront is that your storefront is trying to get them to do something, so you want them to end up on a product page. So on your EBC, you're focusing a little bit more on branding and product benefits, which you should also emphasize in your storefront. You want to make sure that at the end of the page, or it's clear on the page where they can click to actually get to your products. I'm going to say for don'ts, don't forget to make custom imagery and add in videos if you have them. It's a great place to put it. It provides a little bit more pizzazz and style and gives a better sense of your brand. And it is also a little bit more entertaining than big blocks of.
Okay, got another one. I'm going to say do have your brand name and your logo in there.
Yes.
Very straightforward. That one should have been obvious, but you'd be surprised.
Just in case.
Then I'm going to say don't have your website or a phone number or your email located anywhere. Chances are they won't even approve your storefront to go live if you have that. However, I would still definitely say make sure that you don't have it, because if it does get caught and you do have it, you're probably going to get screwed.
Yeah. I would say also change it up by the season if you can. So if you have a very seasonal product that you know does extremely well as a gift in the holiday season, it's almost the end of Q4 when people start buying for gifts. If you can add some modules in there by the season, that's a great opportunity. We say the same thing for EBC usually, that if you can afford to make some new banners and add some things in to switch them up, that's a great idea. For don't. I don't have a don't.
I win. This week's mine. All right. You did have this week's tool that you came up with. That was a good one.
I did, yeah. So one of our social media coordinators actually told us about this recently. It's a site called Linktree, linktr.ee. So we recommend setting it up. It gives you an opportunity to redirect links from your Instagram bio. So instead of putting like a bit.ly link or maybe a shortened link to your Amazon storefront by itself, you can add your storefront, your website, your blog. If you promote a product, if you have a recipe or something linked, you can add all of those links into your Linktree, and it creates almost like a little mini landing page for people that come off your social profiles. So there's a free version that is not branded. It works just as well. And then there is a paid version that I think is like $6 or something, but you get to like play around with it and brand it a little bit, which is cool.
Yeah.
So you have some freedom to move.
It's good for especially Instagram, since you only have that one link option.
Yeah.
And then I know there's a lot of sellers out there that just only have social and don't have their own site right now. So on like Facebook or Twitter or anything else, having that one link to go everywhere is great. Beautiful. Thank you so much, everyone. Another great episode of Sellerscast. Make sure you subscribe and then comment below with what you would like us to talk about next week, and we will see you then. Have a good one.
Woo-hoo.